Hey guys, I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I fed my family for dinner this week. So I'm making a sour cream noodle bake. I have a pound of ground beef that I have already cooked and drained. So now I'm going to be adding in a whole 15-ounce can of this tomato sauce. And then I'm just going to season that up with a little salt and pepper, and I'm going to let it simmer while I cook some noodles. So here I have my water at a full boil, and I added in 8 ounces of egg noodles. This is the kind that I'm using. It is the Kroger brand. In this mixing bowl, I have a mixture of cottage cheese and sour cream, and I also sprinkled in some pepper, and I gave that a good mix, and this is what I'm going to be tossing the noodles in. Now it is time to make this into a casserole. I just have a sprayed bacon dish that I'm going to put down a layer of the noodle mixture, then the meat sauce, and a mixture of these 2 cheeses. I'm just using up what I have in my fridge, and then I'm just going to repeat another layer. I just let this bake at 350 for 20 minutes. I just served this up with a small side salad, and we had some leftover rolls from Old Charlie's from the night before, and that was our dinner for Monday. It's Tuesday, and I'm wanting to do kind of like a party food type of dinner, so I'm just going to be making this really simple spinach dip. It's just 5 ingredients: your spinach, shredded cheese, sour cream, cream cheese, minced garlic, and I also add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm also going to be doing these little ham and cheese sliders. I'm just going to be using half a package of these Hawaiian rolls, and I'm going to layer it with some Black Forest ham and some cheese. And then I'm going to be making a little sauce mixture to pour over them, and then I'm going to bake them in the oven. So for the sauce mixture, it's just butter, garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce, yellow mustard, brown sugar, and some salt. And that is it. Once I put everything together, I will show you the finished product. Since I cut this recipe in half, it was just the perfect amount to fit into these 2 little oven-safe cups. So I'm just going to bake them like this. And my husband does not like spinach, but this is one way that I can get him to eat it. It's so good and it's so easy. Just let everything melt together in this sauce pot, and I'm going to pour that over top of these sandwiches, and then I'm just going to let it bake at 350 for 15 minutes covered with foil, and then I'm going to take the foil off and let them bake for 5 minutes. I'm just serving the dip with these Kroger brand of tortilla chips, and I will leave the recipes in the description box so that you can get the exact measurements in case you want to make this. I'm making ranch chicken. This is one of our favorite ways to cook chicken. Here I have 2 chicken breasts that I have cut in half. I'm going to be dipping those in some melted butter. And then in this little bag, I have some crushed corn flakes along with some Parmesan cheese and ranch seasoning. So after I have dipped my chicken into the butter, I just throw it in this bag and give it a good shake so that it can get fully coated. And then I just lay the chicken in my greased baking dish, and any butter or cornflake mixture I have left over, I just pour on top of the chicken. I let these cook at 375 for 35 minutes. I had some baby red potatoes that I needed to use up, so I just threw them in this little sauce pot. It's the same one that I used to melt the butter for the chicken. And I added in some water, not enough to cover them because when I add the lid, it'll steam and it'll cook all the way through. But I added in a chicken bouillon cube, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper, and I'm just going to let those cook until they are fork tender. I also made some peas and shells and cheese to go along with this. I'm just using the Save-A-Lot brand of shells and cheese. I think it's comparable to the Velveeta brand, and I'm not even just saying this. I think I like it a little better. And then for the peas, it's just frozen, great value. And that was dinner for Wednesday. To go along with the steaks, I'm making a Hasselback potato, and I've already baked this for an hour. And this is a huge potato, so we're just going to share it And I was supposed to slice it up before baking it, but I wasn't thinking. So I'm just going to do it now. I'm sure it'll still taste the same. And I'm just going to rub some butter over it and let it kind of melt on it. Add a little bit more salt and pepper. And then I'm going to slice up one of these cheese slices and put it in between the slices. So it's not as pretty as it would have been if I cut the slices before baking it, but that's okay. I'm just going to pop this back in the oven for a couple minutes so that cheese can get melted. And then when it comes out, I'm going to top it with some crumbled bacon and sour cream. These just came off the grill, and I wanted to show you what I seasoned them with. I just used this McCormick Montreal steak seasoning. And I'm going to let these rest for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to take mine and slice it in half so that I can have the other half for lunch tomorrow. I've topped my potato with sour cream and some crumbled bacon, and I'm serving it with some steamed cauliflower and broccoli that I've just seasoned with a little salt and pepper. And I'll be using some of this A1 sauce as always, and that is dinner for Thursday. My kids won't eat steak or baked potatoes, so I made them a pizza quesadilla, which is just pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni. And I served it with some tortilla chips and some grapes and strawberries. On Friday, I made barbecue pulled pork, so I just threw in a pork roast. It was about 2.5 pounds, and I seasoned it up with some of this barbecue rub that I have. And then I poured in a can of Dr. Pepper, and I just let that cook on low for 8 hours. After it was fully cooked, I drained off most of the liquid, and then I shredded it and added in some barbecue sauce. These are the two kinds that I'm using. I'm just trying to use up what I had in my fridge, and then I just gave everything a good mix. And this makes plenty, so we will have lots of leftovers, and I'll probably end up freezing some. I served this on hamburger buns with a slice of cheese, and then I put some mayonnaise on top, and then I just served it with some pickles and seasoned fries. On Sunday, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and I got the Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich. It was so amazing. But that ends this week. I hope you enjoyed the video and got some ideas. If you haven't already, you should hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!